Welcome to part 3 of setting up your DigitalOcean server. So right now we're going to install the LAMP stack on your server. So we're not going to worry about WordPress yet. Maybe you just want to do this part, and that's okay. Alright, so first we're going to log into our server. And remember, we created the demo account. I'm going to copy our IP address, paste it in. It's going to ask for the password. There we go. Alright, we're logged in. So first things first, we're going to install Apache. So sudo apt-get update. Once it's updated all the packages, we'll then install Apache. So sudo apt-get install Apache 2. Alright, and it's asking us if we're okay with it using space, so Y for yes. Okay, so it's loaded. Now we're going to do sudo apache 2ctl config test, so we're going to check to see if it's working. And that's okay, and the syntax, which is what we want, is okay. Alright, so now we're going to open up the text file. So sudo nano, etc. apache 2 config. Alright, so we're going to look for, actually we're just going to the end of the file. And we're going to add our IP address. Okay, so server name, so as you see here, I'm going to grab our IP address again, copy, space, there we go. And then we're just going to save it. So Control X, Y for yes, save, enter. Now we check again for, see if there's any errors. So config test, everything looks okay. Alright, so anytime we do an update to Apache, we always want to restart it. Often, I've been caught unawares and I can't figure out why something's not working, and it turns out I just didn't restart my server. See, alright, good, we've set it up. So now we want to make sure that we're allowing, we're telling the firewall to accept Apache. So apt list. So see, before we only had OpenSSH, and now we're having all of Apache. So sudo ufw app info. This is just for you to see the information that it needs. So see, it's just going to be using these ports. So now we're going to allow it. Sudo ufw allow in Apache full. Alright, and now if we check, if we actually go to our domain, so I'll do a new tab, and that's what we're supposed to see. So this is actually our server, and Apache's been set up, which is perfect. We should be seeing this message. We could have tested this just typing it into our command, but we didn't need that, and it didn't really matter. Alright, so next step, we're going to install MySQL. So sudo, again, apt-get install MySQL server. And it's going to take up space again, so yes. Okay, and now you're going to type in your password. Okay, so it's installed, or it's set up. So now we're going to do MySQL, sudo MySQL _ secure installation. And we do the password that we just entered. Yes. So this one, I would recommend doing a strong password. So I would put 2, use existing password for root. I don't personally want to change my password. And for the rest of these settings, you're just going to click yes. So we're moving on with users, Y for yes. Disallow root login remotely. Remove test database. Yes, we can remove that. And reload privileges tables. Yes. And we're done. Alright, so the MySQL should be set up. And now we'll be installing Php Myadmin. Alright, so sudo apt-get install php 2 mod php dash. And I typed this out. I don't know why, because usually I would just copy and paste it, but that's good just for muscle memory. Alright, so yes, install it. We're going to change, or we're going to check directory, see if it's set up correctly. So sudo nano, etc. Apache 2 mods enabled, directory config, and it should look like this. Alright, so what we're going to do here is we're going to change the priority of the files. So if you've ever uploaded something into your FTP, you'll notice that whenever you upload a index.php, it has higher priority than an index.html. In this directory, before it didn't have anything written, index.html was the highest priority, and PHP was further down the line. So you actually want the PHP index to be first. So we're going to remove it from there and change it to index.php. So now we see it goes PHP first, then HTML, then CGI, PL, XHTML, and then HTML. So we're going to save it. And we're good. So now, because we just did we changed the configuration, we want to restart your Apache. Restart Apache 2. If ever you need to install more PHP modules, you can follow this section. We don't actually need anything here, so I'm going to leave it at that. And this part, however, I think is pretty important. So we're going to make sure that our PHP is working. I've cleared the console again. So now to check, we're going to make a new file. So sudo nano var www.html.info.php. Make sure you're typing these directories properly, because you'll start getting errors, which is what I just ran into, and that's why I had to reset. Alright, so password for this. And we're going to type in PHP info, and that's it. So what this is going to do, it's going to give us a page, information about our PHP setup. So we have this page still open, so we're going to type, keep the IP address /info.php. So this tells us all about our PHP. So right now we have PHP version 7 installed. Normally you'd be done at this point, but I want you guys to actually change this setting in here. So right now, we don't have any debug capabilities set up. And if you're going to be working on WordPress, you're going to notice that you're going to need to know when there's an issue. So, what is it going to look like here? Display errors. There we go. So we want errors to be turned on. So what we're going to do is, this lovely page has actually given us the directory to where we can find this configuration file. So we're going to type in sudo nano, and we're going to copy this directory. Paste. Alright, so this is our configuration file. So we're going to look for, and how we're going to do this is, where is sysy, the where is function here. We're going to do Control W, and we're going to search. So we want display, let me check what it was called exactly. Display underscore errors. Alright, perfect. So it showed it here. So default value is on. Oh, it's for the quick reference. Alright, so we're going to Control W, display errors, we'll press enter again, so it finds the next one. Alright, so right now display errors is currently set to off. So change this to on. And I'll do startup errors on as well. Excellent. So Control X to save. Excellent. We're going to have to restart Apache again. So service Apache 2 restart. And we type the password. Excellent. So it should have been restarted. So if we press refresh on this page, display errors is now set to on. And we'll check in here, make sure everything's set. All we need to do now is to remove that file, because you don't really want anyone to see where or how your server is configured. Some people keep it pretty standard. If you guys can, it's up to you. But it's just a good idea to remove this file. So var www.html info.php. And now if we go back to this page, refresh, it's gone. Alright, now LAMP has now been configured on your server, and I'll see you in the next tutorial.